You have been told to count your blessings. Keep a gratitude journal. Say 3 things you are thankful for every morning. And on paper, that sounds wise. But here is what happens in practice. You sit down with your journal and you write, I am grateful for my health, my home, my family. Then you close the journal, and 5 minutes later, you are furious at your spouse for leaving dishes in the sink. The gratitude did not stick. It felt like a lie. That is not a failure of gratitude. That is the American cognitive paradox of gratitude. Here is the lie, that gratitude is a switch you can flip. That saying, I am thankful, will override the very real frustration, grief, and disappointment of an ordinary life. It will not. Forced gratitude is not gratitude. It is spiritual bypass, the use of positive language to avoid negative feelings, and those negative feelings do not disappear. They go underground, they fester, and then they explode over a dirty dish. You are not ungrateful. You are a human being with a full emotional range. Gratitude is not the absence of complaint. Gratitude is the ability to hold complaint and appreciation in the same hand. But the self-help industry sold you a version where complaint is forbidden, so you fake the gratitude and hide the complaint. That hiding is the source of the bitterness. Now watch your own reaction. You are already thinking, but research shows gratitude improves well-being. You are not denying science. That defensiveness is the second layer. And this is where elite psychology deploys the distinction between authentic gratitude and induced gratitude. The research is real. People who feel genuine gratitude are happier. But the research also shows that forced gratitude, writing lists when you do not feel it, can backfire, especially for people who are already struggling. Why? Because the gap between what you wrote, I am grateful, and what you feel, I am exhausted and angry, creates cognitive dissonance. That dissonance does not resolve into gratitude. It resolves into self-judgment. What is wrong with me? I have so much. Why am I not happier? That self-judgment is not healing. It is a second wound on top of the first. You were sad. Now you are sad and guilty about being sad. That is worse. Here is the elite psychological mechanism that will unlock actual, sustainable gratitude, negative gratitude, also known as gratitude for what did not happen. Do not list what you have. List what you have been spared. I did not get in a car crash today. My child does not have a fever. The roof did not leak. This is not pessimism. This is relief. And relief, unlike forced positivity, is neurologically undeniable. You cannot argue with relief. When you realize you were spared a catastrophe, the gratitude is automatic. It does not require performance. It requires only attention. Try it tonight. Instead of writing, I am grateful for my home, write, I am grateful my home did not burn down. The second sentence produces a different feeling. That feeling is real. That feeling lasts. The American cognitive paradox of gratitude is this. The culture has turned gratitude into a competitive sport. My gratitude list is longer than yours. I am more thankful than you. That is not spirituality. That is one-upmanship. Real gratitude is quiet. It is specific. It is often about small, mundane, easily overlooked things. The coffee was hot. The light was pretty. The stranger held the door. You do not need a journal for that. You need a pause. A single second between the event and the next scroll. That pause is where actual gratitude lives. Not in the list, in the pause. You have been writing lists without the pause. That is why they feel hollow. Here is your test. For the next week, you will not write a single gratitude list. Instead, 3 times a day, you will pause for 5 seconds, just 5, and notice one thing that is not terrible. The coffee is not cold. The chair is not broken. No one is yelling. That is it. No writing. No one is yelling. That is it. No writing, no performing, just noticing. At the end of the week, ask yourself, did I feel more grateful or less? Most people feel more because the pause removes the performance. The pause is honest, and honesty, unlike forced positivity, actually lands. Most of you will not do this. You will say that is too simple, or I need to write it down to remember. That is the addiction to productivity. You have turned gratitude into a task. A task has a checkbox. A pause has no checkbox. That is why the pause works. The checkbox is the enemy of feeling. Now for the buried layer. Exactly 3 minutes and 28 seconds into this video, there is a single frame of a person closing a journal. Not writing in it, closing it, putting it down, then looking out a window. Most of you blinked and thought they gave up. They did not give up. They stopped performing. The window is the journal now. The light through the glass is the list. Go back. Find the closer. That person is not bitter. That person is finally looking at what is actually there, not what they are supposed to feel about it. The window does not demand gratitude. It just offers light. That offering is enough. Come back for video number 34. We are going to talk about the paradox of solitude, why being alone is not the same as being lonely, and why you need more of it, but only if you are willing to close the journal and look out the window, rewind or scroll. The window is still there. The light does not care if you are grateful. It shines anyway. That is the model.